Chapter 25. And the Lord said to Moses, Say to the children of Israel that they are to make me an offering. From every man who has the impulse in his heart take an offering for me. And this is the offering you are to take from them: gold and silver and brass, and blue and purple and red, and the best linen, and goat's hair, and sheepskins colored red, and leather, and hard wood, oil for the light, spices for the sweet-smelling oil, sweet perfumes for burning, beryls and stones of value to be put on the ephod and on the priest's bag. And let them make me a holy place, so that I may be ever present among them. Make the house and everything in it from the designs which I will give you. And they are to make an ark of hard wood, 2.5 cubits long, and 1.5 cubits wide and high. It is to be plated inside and out with the best gold, with an edge of gold all round it, and make 4 rings of gold for it, to be fixed on its 4 feet, 2 rings on one side of it and 2 on the other. And make rods of the same wood, plating them with gold. And put the rods through the rings at the sides of the ark, for lifting it. The rods are to be kept in the rings, and never taken out. Inside the ark you are to put the record which I will give you. And you are to make a cover of the best gold, 2.5 cubits long and 1.5 cubits wide. And at the 2 ends of the cover you are to make 2 winged ones of hammered gold, one at one end and one at the other. The winged ones are to be part of the cover, and their wings are to be outstretched over the cover, and the winged ones are to be opposite one another, facing the cover. And put the cover over the ark, and in the ark the record which I will give you. And there, between the 2 winged ones on the cover of the ark, I will come to you, face to face, and make clear to you all the orders I have to give you for the children of Israel. And you are to make a table of the same wood, 2 cubits long, 1 cubit wide and 1.5 cubits high, plated with the best gold, with a gold edge all round it, and make a frame all round it, as wide as a man's hand, with a gold edge to the frame. And make 4 gold rings and put them at the 4 angles, on the 4 feet of the table. The rings are to be fixed under the frame to take the rods with which the table is to be lifted. Make rods of the same wood, plated with gold, for lifting the table. And make the table vessels, the spoons and the cups and the basins for liquids, all of the best gold. And on the table at all times you are to keep my holy bread. And you are to make a support for lights, of the best gold. Its base and its pillar are to be of hammered gold, its cups, its buds, and its flowers are to be made of the same metal. It is to have 6 branches coming out from its sides, 3 branches from one side and 3 from the other. Every branch having 3 cups made like almond flowers, every cup with a bud and a flower, on all the branches. And on the pillar, 4 cups like almond flowers, every one with its bud and its flower, and under every 2 branches a bud, made with the branch, for all the 6 branches of it. The buds and the branches are to be made of the same metal, altogether one complete work of hammered gold. Then you are to make it 7 vessels for the lights, putting them in their place so that they give light in front of it. And the instruments and trays for use with it are all to be of the best gold. A talent of gold will be needed for it, with all these vessels. And see that you make them from the design which you saw on the mountain. Chapter 26. And you are to make a house for me, with 10 curtains of the best linen, blue and purple and red, worked with designs of winged ones by a good workman. Every curtain is to be 28 cubits long and 4 cubits wide, all of the same measure. 5 curtains are to be joined together, and the other 5 are to be joined together. And you are to put twists of blue cord on the edge of the outside curtain of the first group of 5, and on the edge of the outside curtain of the second group of 5, 50 twists on one curtain and 50 on the other, the twists to be opposite one another. Then make 50 gold hooks, joining the curtains together by the hooks, and in this way the house will be made. And you are to make curtains of goat's hair for a tent over the house, 11 curtains. Every curtain is to be 30 cubits long and 4 cubits wide, all of the same measure. 5 of these curtains are to be joined together, and the other 6 are to be joined together, the 6th being folded over to make a hanging in front of the tent. And you are to put 50 twists of cord on the edge of the outside curtain of one group, and 50 twists on the edge of the outside curtain of the other group. Then make 50 brass hooks and put the hooks into the twists, joining the tent together to make it one. And the folded part which is over of the curtains of the tent, the half curtain which is folded back, will be hanging down over the back of the house. And the cubit which is over of the 10 curtains at the sides will be hanging over the 2 sides of the house as a cover. And then you are to make a cover for the tent, of sheepskins colored red, and a cover of leather over that. And you are to make upright boards of hardwood for the house. Every board is to be 10 cubits high and a cubit and a half wide. Every board is to be joined to the one nearest to it by 2 tongues, and so for every board in the house. These are the boards needed for the house, 20 boards for the south side, with 40 silver bases under the 20 boards, 2 bases under every board to take its tongues, and 20 boards for the second side of the house on the north, with their 40 silver bases, 2 under every board. And 6 boards for the back of the house on the west, with 2 boards for the angles of the house at the back. The 2 are to be joined together at the base and at the top to one ring, forming the 2 angles. So there are to be 8 boards, with their 16 silver bases, 2 bases under every board. And make rods of the same wood, 5 for the boards on the one side, and 5 for the boards on the other side of the house, and 5 for the west side of the house at the back. And the middle rod is to go through the rings of all the boards from end to end. And the boards are to be plated with gold, having gold rings for the rods to go through, and the rods are to be plated with gold. And you are to make the house from the design which you saw on the mountain, and you are to make a veil of the best linen, blue and purple and red, worked with designs of winged ones by a good workman, hanging it by gold hooks from 4 pillars of wood, plated with gold and fixed in silver bases. And you are to put up the veil under the hooks, and put inside it the ark of the law. The veil is to be a division between the holy place and the most holy. You are to put the cover on the ark of the law, inside the most holy place. And outside the veil you are to put the table, and the support for the lights opposite the table on the south side of the house, and the table is to be on the north side. And you are to make a curtain for the doorway of the tent, of the best linen with needlework of blue and purple and red. And make 5 pillars for the curtain, of hard wood plated with gold, their hooks are to be of gold and their bases of brass. Chapter 27. And make an altar of hard wood, a square altar, 5 cubits long, 5 cubits wide and 3 cubits high. Put horns at the 4 angles of it, made of the same, plating it all with brass. And make all its vessels, the baskets for taking away the dust of the fire, the spades and basins and meat hooks and fire trays, of brass. And make a network of brass, with 4 brass rings at its 4 angles, and put the network under the shelf round the altar so that the net comes halfway up the altar. And make rods for the altar, of hard wood, plated with brass. And put the rods through the rings at the 2 opposite sides of the altar, for lifting it. The altar is to be hollow, boarded in with wood. Make it from the design which you saw on the mountain. And let there be an open space round the house, with hangings for its south side of the best linen, 100 cubits long. Their 20 pillars and their 20 bases are to be of brass, the hooks of the pillars and their bands are to be of silver. And on the north side in the same way, hangings 100 cubits long, with 20 pillars of brass on bases of brass, their hooks and their bands are to be of silver. And for the open space on the west side, the hangings are to be 50 cubits wide, with 10 pillars and 10 bases, and on the east side the space is to be 50 cubits wide. On the one side of the doorway will be hangings 15 cubits long, with 3 pillars and 3 bases, and on the other side, hangings 15 cubits long, with 3 pillars and 3 bases. And across the doorway, a veil of 20 cubits of the best linen, made of needlework of blue and purple and red, with 4 pillars and 4 bases. All the pillars round the open space are to have silver bands, with hooks of silver and bases of brass. The open space is to be 100 cubits long, 50 cubits wide, with sides 5 cubits high, curtained with the best linen, with bases of brass. All the instruments for the work of the house, and all its nails, and the nails of the open space are to be of brass. Give orders to the children of Israel to give you clear olive oil for the lights, so that a light may be burning there at all times. Let Aaron and his sons put this in order, evening and morning, before the Lord, inside the tent of meeting, outside the veil which is before the ark. This is to be in order forever, from generation to generation, to be kept by the children of Israel.